it stays frozen until I, yeah.
Okay, I gotta make this look kind of, hang on.
See, that's monochrome there, huh?
No, it's purple on top there. Okay, saturation. If you increase the saturation, see it's purple.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and if you go black and white, that's black and white.
Right, okay.
So just for the heck of it, we're gonna leave that fairly high actually, just for now. All right, hang on. Watch this. I'm gonna reinitialize the camera. Confirm, yes. So let's put it back to
factory. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it to factory. All right. Now you can record. Never mind the noise. It's because we're using like 100 feet of cable or whatever it is. I'm not too concerned about that.
And which camera is this?
This is the LN300 with the 672 EX had 2 sensor, color NTSC. So right now the camera is running in the black and white mode.
672 color EX, right?
Color EX NTSC.
Okay.
All right.
And you're definitely monochrome there.
Oh yeah. I just did a factory reset. So, step number 1. You turn your...
Yeah, you can look at the menus and is monochrome.
Yeah, the menu is black and white. That's good. All right. You got to go to AGC high. All right. Well, right now you can't adjust AGC. All right. So here you go to sense up ×4. That gives you how much AGC to use. Basically, you got to put that to off. You see the image? It's perfectly black and white.
Right.
Okay. Next step. So now the AGC is on high, and that's what we want. You got to come at
AGC high.
Yeah. You'll get the maximum gain that way. All right. Then the lens. Are you recording? Yep. All right. Now the lens is electric. Speed auto. No, we don't want that. So what you want to go is hit the left key. Here's ×2, ×4, 8, 16. That's a quarter of a second right there. X32 is half a second,
right,
give or take, but that's on an NTSC one. 64 is a full second. We're still in black and white mode. And you can tell by the anglo starting to get a little bit more. That's okay. We do want the anglo. That's the whole thing. If we do program it to remove it, inside of the DSP, you're going to lose a lot of sensitivity on the EX chip. You don't want to do that. Leave it the way it is. Obviously, everything is still in black and white. Here's 128X. That's 2 seconds. 4, 8, and 17. So we are at X1024. All right. Return.
What about brightness?
Okay. Let's leave brightness there for now, and I'll explain that after.
Okay.
All right, we are going to, basically what you want to do is save and exit. So just reboot it. You see a little bit of snow, that snow that you're seeing, that's static, I call it snow the old-fashioned way, it's color.
Yeah.
But now it just switched black and white, so all right. Okay, just wait till the lower lines at the bottom are the refresh line being stacked.
Right.
All right, so that's going to go away eventually.
But yeah, because of the long exposure.
Yeah, but it's also on DNR3. We didn't go there yet.
Oh, you're on DNR3 already?
Yeah, see, DNR is always at 3 at default, so we're stacking 3 images now. But it takes a long time to stack.
Yeah.
At least 5 minutes, if not more. Okay, well, for now, let's not go there. Here's the next step. All right. Once you've rebooted the camera again, there you go. That looks pretty ugly. That's what we want. RGB. Go to WB mode. This is your white balance mode. Basically, what you want to do is ATW is automatic, so that means, speaking, it will pick up what you are when the actual image comes in, when the light strikes the CCD, it's supposed to self-adjust for the color. But you're dealing with faint object. It's not going to pick up anything, so it goes to black and white because it faints. There's nothing. What you want to do is don't go to AWC either. Hit the right key, the manual. Okay. Press the center key, and red and blue are set to be at 128. So that's the default. We want to bring that up at least about 160, give or take, just to boost the color information. All right, hang on. We'll do the same to the blue.
Okay.
All right, return. Reset. Okay, we just lost it again. Hang on. Oh, day and night. That's the other thing I forgot to tell you about.
Okay.
Day and night is normally at auto on default. Put this on day. You must have it on day after you did your color selection. Once you did, once again, everything is in color. Even the background now is purple. You save and exit. Once you do save and exit at every function I just showed, it will stay that way. You're building up. You're telling the camera, this is my new standard now, and this is how you want to basically have it.
You can see the background's got purple. It's got color in it.
You got it. Bingo. So now it's purple. All that snow at the bottom you see, I call it snow, like the old,
right.
Remember the old tube
TVs? Yeah.
Well, I call it snow. I grew up with TVs, watching my dad fix them and stuff from tubes to, solid state and now to 4Ks. I call it snow because that's what it looks like generally. We're going to call it snow or video noise if you wish. It don't matter. It still looks like snow, so let's leave it at that. Now that snow, instead of being black and white like real snow, well, now it's colorful.
If you save all of these settings,
every step you're doing, you have to save and exit and start over again at the next step. What you're doing, you're giving the CPU inside that little DSP saying, this is my new standard now. See the top of the image, the amp glow?
Yeah.
Pardon me. To me, this is a good indication. I like amp glow because it tells me several things. Number one, it tells me that this is the sensitivity is there, okay? And also what it's telling me is we have color because it's kind of a purplish.
Right.
And as the camera continues to go right now, we're only at 3 DNR. You see all that snow? It's all in color, actually purple. So we got a little bit more purple, bluish in there. That's okay. Now you're saying, well, how come the hot pixels are not in color? Well, they are. The weaker ones are. Some are blue that I could see here. The other one's a little tint of red. Because it's an EX chip, they get saturated very quickly, so it's too bright. It turns white. So it mixes all the colors, red, blue, and green, and gives you white. If we reduce the actual exposure, then you're going to see them in color. But now we're at 17-second exposure.
Are the settings the same for the EX and non-EX, the Super?
Yep. Watch this. Now we're going to go to System, which is the third one on the right. Now the gamma is at 45. What I would like to see it is that you have to adjust to what you like for your own monitor, capture device, whatever. For now, we'll leave it at 045. Let's bring up the 3D DNR to 5. Monitor we'll leave at LCD because that's what I'm feeding here on my own. And DSP, turn it off for now. Again, we did a function. We're telling the CPU inside, hey, this is my new standard on that menu.
So you went say DPC off?
Save and exit again. Every function you do, let it work, let it build up, and then save and exit. So now I just put it to 5, save and exit. It's going to reboot again.
But you want to keep that dead pixel corrector to off?
Just leave it off for now.
Okay.
Just for now, yeah. This is just to show how to maintain color and how to get color from a micro NTSC with an EX view had sensor or the 810 or the 811 sensor.
Now, if you've gone through all of this and you've set the camera with all these parameters, and you've
Yep.
saved and exits every time, if the next time you power up the camera, are those settings in there?
It should. If it don't, you just got to unplug it again, or you could go to any of the settings that you've done just once,
Yeah.
save and exit, and start over again. But one thing you got to,
It would be
one thing
nice
you
if
got to
you
watch.
did all the settings, and if you say that way, the camera would always default to those settings when you start.
Not necessarily. If it's save and exit, it should still maintain
It
it.
should be, because is that like a flash memory?
Yes, it is.
So it's written to the flash memory. So the next time you power up the
Yep.
camera, it should be that way.
Yes, but it can happen sometime and it didn't. Okay, because this is a DSP that's programmable inside. You got to bear something in mind here. These are super ultra low cost security type cameras,
Yeah.
and you got to be altered to astronomical function. Okay, once we do that, nonetheless, it doesn't change the actual quality of it inside of those DSPs or mass produced. You're going to get glitches in there, just like we get on a computer that loses its memory, or a program didn't fire up properly, it didn't save properly, whatever it is. This is no different than your home computer.
Right.
You are going to get glitches with those cameras because of their price range. They're mass produced, and the chip inside are mass produced. But if you do lose color, if you do, it's easy to. I'll show you in a minute. Now, as you can see here, I'm using AMCAP to display this image.
Right.
Can you see my mouse here going around?
Oh yeah.
All right. Now, I like this AmGlow. Leave it alone, okay? And I'll tell you why. It tells you that your CCD is functioning at 100% capacity. EXView had all of them have this AmGlow. You cannot help it. It's in the nature of it simply because it's picking up infrared. However, look at that pixel here. There's a little bit of color in there. A little bit of color. These are too bright. You got a little bit of blue in there, but your background's still purple. That tells you the camera is running in color.
Okay.
Now, it's going to take a long time before we get to have the full picture here, because we got 5 times 17
And it's
seconds.
85 seconds, and it takes a build up and.
Well, it takes about 5 refresh of 85 seconds each
Yeah.
to reach. But once it's reached, so you can have a nice image. You see that black line at the bottom?
Yeah.
That is one of the sync that's not out of the way yet. It will disappear with time. The more it stacks at 5 DNR, the more it's going to go away. It just happened one of the refresh frame did not clear the memory yet, and we caught half of it.
Okay.
And it's still there, but as you can see, it's getting weaker and weaker and weaker.
Is.
Well, it's going to disappear. You need a good 5-10 minutes before this settles. Keep in mind, this is low cost or mass produced, and that's just the way it is. All right, here. See what the mouse is? We got a green pixel here. We got a little reddish pixel.
Yeah.
People complain about hot pixels and warm pixels. Hey, they are your best tool to tell you how well your camera works.
Yeah.
Because it's telling us now, yes, I'm operating in color. Here, this one's red. If it wouldn't be in color, you wouldn't get that at all. You wouldn't get this purple AmGlow. And here at the bottom, on the darker side, you see the snow again. I call it snow.
Yeah.
It's got a bluish tints and bluish blob all over. And this is going to refresh every 17 seconds. All right.
You definitely
And
see the color and that one pixel in the center of right about.
Yep. Right there. This
Below
one
that
here
one-
too.
One below that one was bluish.
Yeah, bluish. You got it.
Yeah.
This one has a little tint of blue greenish, but the other ones are too bright because
They're
they are
oversaturated.
hot pixels, real hot pixels. Those little guys are warm pixels because they're weaker.
Right.
The bright one that first to come on the first, when we first boot up, these are considered hot pixel. That means they're permanently lit. Here, this one just lit up here. And it happened on a new refresh. Why? That's a cosmic ray that hit it.
Yeah.
A weak one. On the next refresh, this one's going to disappear.
I've seen that happen where you can see a pixel show up and then it goes away. Yeah.
Yes, it does. And that is a cosmic ray that hit it and
Yeah,
hit one of the
if it
pixels.
hits hard enough, then
If it hits hard, you're going to get it that bright and a lot brighter, and it will cause that photodiode to lit up permanently. So it can damage it,
permanent
yes.
damage to that. Yeah.
Yes, it can. There's something you could do about that. EX are worse, the worst for that because they receive more infrared.
Right.
So on the next refresh or
So
next
all of the
refresh,
cameras will work the same. PAL, NTSC, Super,
yep,
EX, the whole bit.
yep. You got it here, some blue, very faint blue ones. Well, that's not too bad. We don't have an image there. This is total darkness. So I got the lens covered here.
It'd be
I got the
easy.
actual camera covered completely. If an image appears there, everything else is going to come through that. This is a pretty smooth image, actually, for what it is for an EX chip. All right, hang on. There's a tint of blue in there. That's a big pixel there for sure.
I want to try tonight if it's clear. Hopefully,
Now,
get
watch
that,
this,
get that
Jack.
80 millimeter out and put a EX micro in it, and then take a picture
Yeah.
and post it to Clouded Clowns.
Yeah, well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to open up briefly a little bit the front cover to allow some light to go in there. We're going to see the whole background change to super bright, but we're not going to lose the colors. Watch this. I just did it. We're going to wait about 17 seconds times 5 before the image shows up. It's not instant. It's co-adding that 17 seconds. So basically, you're having a 17-second exposure. Then it stacks it 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5 until every 17 seconds. So it has to build up, and it takes 10 minutes at least for that to happen.
Is this averaging the 17, or is it?
Yes, it is. It's averaging to get rid of the noise. It's not stacking
So it's
mean.
not like the universe in the stacking mode where it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. It's an average.
It's an average, just like, there you go. See, I opened up the lens a little bit. Look at the bottom.
Bottom's reddish.
Yeah, it's reddish because my lighting in here is different color, obviously, and here it is.
Yeah.
Now, here's some other things you could do. Now, that's step number 1 to get color out of a micro. All micros, they're no different, okay? Whatever it is, an 811 or 810 CCD sensor or 672 or 673, which are the EX2 had. The beauty of this, you get to control the camera the way you want compared to others. Do you understand what I mean here?
Oh, yeah.
You get to adjust that the way you like for your scope, for your focal reducers, and also for your sky condition. The other guys do it automatically for you, but it's still not right. You're losing a lot of sensitivity here. And that's why I don't want to touch this. You want to have maximum sensitivity. You want to reduce all of that amp glow? On brighter object, very easy to do. Bring up the menu. Now, see at the bottom, it's still reddish.
Yeah.
Because that 17 second is now stacking 5 times. It's going to
right.
slowly go away. And that's the proof that what I just explained to you is happening. You got a 17-second exposure. It needs to stack it 5 times. Another 17 seconds comes up. It's got to stack it 5 times. And this going to diminish slowly at every 17-second refresh.
You can see it already.
Yeah, it's going away, but it's still there.
Yeah, it's still reddish.
So you need to track really, really, really good with a telescope in order to use that mode. I personally I do not want to use the stacking feature unless if it's 2 or 3, no more.
Right.
3, I think, is fine. That's factory default. It does the job it's designed to do. Good enough, but nonetheless, if you are not tracking properly, you cannot use this. If you use this on the Altaz mount, you're going to have some serious issues. You're going to have to shut off the stacking.
Well, you
okay?
can use the stacking, but you have to keep the exposure real short. You can't use
yes,
17
again,
seconds. You can
I would, but I would rather use raw exposure than stacking if you're using an Altaz telescope, and here's why. You don't have to wait for this afterglow effect, because you can tell at the bottom of the screen again, lower right, we still see a little bit of reddish. It's going to take us about 4 or 5 minutes before that disappears.
Yeah.
When I let the light in, remember a couple of minutes ago, it's still there, but it's fading away. That's good. That's okay. If you shut down the stacking feature, but only use the raw 17 or 8 seconds, that's what you should use on the Altaz mode.
Right.
Because you know you're not going to track well enough. You're going to have star trailing. Your image going to be fuzzy. You're going to lose clarity. You're going to lose a whole bunch of
stuff.
stuff.
Same thing would apply to a ProDob too, because of the tracking issues on the big Dobs.
Yep, you got it. It's identical, applies to the ProDob 2 and the other ones. Now, here's another feature that you want to go take care of. It's called effect. The sharpness, you got to be set it at 0. Default, I believe, is 3.
Effect.
Why you want it at 0? You're going to get a photographic look of the stars. Basically, they look round and smooth. It won't be sharp. I like it sharp, but some people don't, so
It's for round stars. Is
Yeah, you want a smooth image and round star, shut that. You got to shut down the.
it's like the APC and the other cameras.
APC is different. It uses vertical and horizontal pixels independently,
Right.
and it's only a mild. This is a severe sharpening overall. It's done after. The APC and the MallinCam, for example, exterminators, all of that, they use it at the sensor. They control the sensor. It's not the same.
Okay.
All right. Now here, if we go to option here, this is the amp cap I'm using. Let's open that up. As you can tell, my sharpness is at 0. The default is 2. Okay, stars will become here. I'm going to increase it, and you're going to see. Here's my mouse. It was a very, very faint warm pixel here that got stacked 5 times, and it could not track it well.
Yeah.
Here's the same thing too. It did not align properly.
Right.
That's why I don't like using ×5 stacking. You'll never get an accurate stack out of it unless you have stars that are fairly bright. Otherwise, it won't.
Yeah.
Keep that stacking features as low as you can. You don't need it. You got 17 seconds.
Right.
Now, if somebody modified the DSP by removing the angle and all of that, you've lost your sensitivity. You got no choice but go and stack to gain back your loss. That's why I say don't get that angle out of there simply because you got the maximum sensitivity. I'm after maximum sensitivity and in color.
This sounds like the VHS versus Betamax.
You got it.
People are like, well, if 17 seconds is good, 85's got to be better. So
No, that's the whole idea.
But
No,
that's the logic they're using. Is that if I get 4 hours on a beta tape and I get 8 hours on a VHS tape, I want VHS.
well, that reflects the inexperience of the user. They need to learn about this at the right place instead of listening all over the place.
I
On the
know
internet.
that. You're preaching to the choir here, but the people that frequent cloudy nights are not the same as the people that frequent here.
Exactly. It's not the same. Obviously, we've got people that don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that gets infiltrated into a newcomer, for example, that really wants to find out how this thing works.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to get the right instruction on cloudy nights. I'll guarantee you that.
It's
Not
obviously staying
whatsoever.
in color here.
So we still got color, as you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got amp glow. You want to get rid of the amp glow or lower it at least? Go here.
Change AGC.
No. Keep your exposure where it is at the moment. It's at normal. Simply change it to WDR. Wide dynamic range. And the job of the wide dynamic range. Oh, here what I'm doing here, Jack. Exit, save, and exit.
So you went from
Normal. I went from normal to WDR. Wide dynamic
Right.
range. The job of the wide dynamic range is going to take a frame with the brightness, with the maximum image resolution and maximum sensitivity, and it's going to take wherever that's brightest on the screen, and it's going to bring it down. So you're dealing with 2 frames happening here, and it's going to put them together to give you the best overall, best image. That means your angle is going to be reduced quite a lot.
okay.
You will lose a bit of sensitivity, yes. But watch what's going to happen. We're going to wait about 5 minutes for this right now. It's perfectly dark on my monitor here and on the...
Yeah, I got the horizontal lines.
Yeah, horizontal line is because we got 100 foot of cable running from patch to patch, so I could patch it through the frame grabber right now. So never mind the horizontal lines.
Put a cable. Your desk is not that far from the monitor.
No, it's got to go all the way around, and the cables are super long. I don't want to cut them and just short. It's just for a demonstration.
Yeah.
Now, the saturation, we're going to crank that up. I want to make this look ugly, and just to show you the colors, that's all. You don't want to use this at saturation all the way up. What it does, it makes the intensity of the color more intense. The reds are redder, the blues are bluer, the greens are greener. But I'm doing this to show you that right here,
It's all
you see that
greenish.
dark green?
Yeah.
All right, well, what do you got here? This is an actual real hot pixel we can't get rid of. On the 21-inch monitor here, the MallinCam monitor, I see every 1 pixel. There's about 50 1 pixel. Here it cannot possibly show it because we lose a little bit of... okay, maybe if I bring the brightness, we might be able to match this. Not really. All right. All right, let's leave it at that. All right. WDR. Now you start to see some warm pixels here. Look
Yeah, I
at.
can see some.
It'll take a good 5-10 minutes before the 5 stacking is happening.
Right.
17 second. Also, everything's going to be synchronized. It takes about 10 minutes for that to happen. All of them are the same. All of them are the same. Here you got some warm pixels.
Well, that's because they're using the same DSP.
You got it. Now the DSP they're using in the MallinCam micros, all of them is the RG11. We are going to come out with the new Korean-made 803. Well, the fact of the matter is, this false information on Cloudy Night has been spread around saying, "Oh, there's a new Korean coming out." Well, guess what? The Korean 803 was out before the RG11. It's old stock. So anybody says that they got RJ11, jump on the cameras, because that's what we got. We got over 500 of those in stock. The Korean 803 is old stock before the RJ11 came out. It's not from the same company either, but it is a substitute, and it actually works pretty well.
Okay.
That's the one we're going to be getting.
Because they're already talking about the new DSP available. There was a big thread on Cloudy Nights about no longer having the cameras available, but there's a substitutes coming out, you know, with the new DSP and the whole bit.
And the whole bit. As you can see, Jack, the AmGlow is absolutely reduced. Did we lose sensitivity? Yes.
Yes.
But I tell you, the contrast of the image you're going to get on M42 is going to be to die for. Now, if you say, well, we lost sensitivity, okay, here's what you could do. Brightness. Crank it up.
Okay.
Crank up. I'm going to go 99 here because I don't have an actual object to look at. So save and exit. Don't go do another setting and into another menu. Every function, save and exit. You're training the DSP right now.
You can see it's a lot greener.
Yep. It just rebooted. It just saved. It's got to start all over again. And there's one more area you could go to gain back that image brightness you're losing when you are using the
What at WDR?
Yeah, the WDR to lower the AmGlow. Right, and here it is. You open up the menu again, go to the third last, and the gamma usually is at 060 from factory or 045 depending. Bring it down to 0.3. It's going to make everything much lighter and much brighter. So put the gamma at 0.3. That's the lowest value that you can go.
Yeah, that'll give you a lot brighter image.
You will. Now again, return, save and exit. Start over again. We got another 10 minutes to wait. The 10 minutes is because of the stacking. If we didn't have the stacking engaged, by the way, the stacking should be left at 1, not 0. 1, that means you're showing 1 frame at a time. 0, it's instant. You want to have this at 1. You're going to get the best view if you leave it at 1, and you're going to maintain your colors.
Where's this? Where was it?
Okay, that would be on the third last. The 3D DNR. Right now it's at 5 because we're going to stack 5 frames.
Yeah.
I'll take a message, please. Yeah, I'll phone him back after.
Hi, Murray.
I'm in a conference right now with.
Yeah,
So you like keeping the 3D DNR to 1. You don't like stacking.
No, don't put a 0. Put it at 1. That way you don't stack anything. You just got 1 frame.
Wait,
But it's being processed. It's being processed.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, that's correct. Are you recording this to put on the internet?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm recording. I can.
What?
I'm recording it.
Yeah, recording it. Okay, good.
Well,
I'd put this on online if I were you
I'm gonna
to
put it on my
show.
Dropbox, and you can look at it. If it's okay, then I'll provide a link.
Yeah, sounds good. Yep. Okay, now look at this. We've got a hot pixels coming out here.
Yeah.
Our famous hot pixel we can't get rid of. That's a real hot pixel. That means permanently lit. It's got some green around it.
Yeah, there's a green at the top. Yeah, 11 o'clock.
Yep. And we're starting to see more warm pixels here all over. Here, 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 here.
And you get the greenish glow at the top.
Yeah, that's what we want. As long as it's green or blue or purple, I don't care what color it is.
Gray, it's color. Yeah.
It's color. You got it. And then we haven't lost color yet.
No.
Okay, let's remove the WDNR. WDR. We're going to go back to normal. All right. And we're going to go return, save and exit and start. The next step we're going to do is let the camera build up to what we like, the amp glow and all the hot pixels, the whole 9 yards. That's good. And we are going to unplug the camera. Let it sit for a few seconds and plug it again, see if we lost anything. If we did, normally it's a flash that goes. It's like a power surge going through the memory of that ROM inside. All you got to do is go back to your color and reactivate, save and exit again. You're good to go. So let's wait till this thing builds up a little bit. Let's see this thing build up. And normal, high, we're good. There you go. The image is going to start to arrive. It takes a while to stack. And of course we've got gamma. All right. Oh, see, it went to black and white. That's okay. Let's go back to where we were. It went on AWC on its own as soon as I touch anything else. You don't want to. Go to manual, make sure you're set up.
160, okay.
Once it's returned. And it's going to go.
Back to color.
Yeah, but we also got, back to color. But here's the thing though. I did not turn down the brightness back at 40 or even lower. The brightness, what it does, it actually allows more black and white signal to go through the color. I would prefer to use this at, number 10 or number 5. But the default is 40. So let's leave it at 40 for the sake of running it at default. Okay. Oh, hang on. And we're going to go put back, see, it went back to color. And we are going to go put back the gamma at 045. All right. See the glitch in those type of CPUs in there and the DSP. It went back automatically to AWC. This is not what we want. We want a manual. If you lose your black and white, the reason is it's the internal memories inside it. Just like, these are low-cost camera. You gotta. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It's the operator's responsibility to go back and check his settings. You're an astronomer. You're supposed to learn about this stuff. All right.
That's the problem. People don't want to take the time to learn the equipment. They just want to plug it in, turn it on, and hope it works.
Well, I'm afraid they're going to have to. This is astronomy. This is not an electric trains where you put the track together, put the train on it, and crank the throttle and go. It just don't work that way. Not in astronomy. Sorry. It has a scientific value in here, and you need to learn your equipment in order to make it work properly. That's what it boils down to. There you go. The purple is starting to show. The snow is all colored. That's what we want. If somehow you lose your color, go back to that the color and make sure it's not in AWC or ATW.
Yeah, the color's coming back, yeah.
Yeah, the color's coming back. So now we got confirmation of that. How about if Well, we got to wait for the stacking to finish here. So we'll get rid of all that lower noise. That's just the nature of things. It's for the stacking that it'll take 10 and even 15 minutes before it disappears, because the previous stacking was there, and you're stacking one, two,
It's clearing
three.
out the oldest images.
Oh yeah, the more it stacks, the more it's clearing out the other image that was there. That's why I'm saying your tracking has got to be impeccable. It's no different. That's why high sensitivity camera is what you want. An example, Exterminator or even the Junior. You could actually view at 2 seconds. It don't care for your tracking.
Right.
As long as you track somehow, you're good to go. Look at Foy Mountain 2010, the videos I have online. 17 seconds maximum using a 1/2-inch sensor, not a 1/3 of an inch like we're using now. I mean, you get what you paid for. The more expensive camera will perform better. The LN Tech, the LN300s, a low-cost camera for beginners. That's what they're for. As you can see, this is an EX chip by the Amplo. We still have our color in there, not a problem. I removed the cap at the front to let a little bit of light in. Again. There you go. Now, how long is that going to take before we see it?
Yeah.
Probably 17 seconds, but it's the stacking of it. I didn't leave it there long enough.
Cycle to get rid of all of them. Yeah.
You got it. So the noise, the lines, they take forever to get rid of. You want to get that, please? Thank you so much.
It's obviously their color.
Oh, the top's still purple. Kind of like that. That's cool. Purple sky. That's not a big deal, because here's what you could do is. Which one is it?
Actually, that's.
They're both the same, but one's a dark roast.
I'll take the dark rose.
Okay.
Where is it?
That's that one there, DR.
DR. And is it milk?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
The original 2 mil. You can compare.
Good.
And he's got.
I'll take the dark rose.
This is actually Jimi Hendrix's Purple Haze.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Let's go to video capture here. We could change that. Watch this. All right, you could change to you. All right, you want to have a nice background type of thing here. Have more blue in it, more red, more orange. It's up to you to have your background. I would like to have it like probably like this, but don't forget, I've got a saturation all the way up. The default's 32. There. You still got color. Crank it up. Here's your color.
Yeah.
Here's a pixel that has an actual color in it, like an orange reddish. This is a greenish one. That's a nasty one. Here's a red one. Look at this.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's lower the saturation. The default. Well, it's still got a bit of red, light pinkish with the purple, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. And now you could go black and white. You could go bluish in the background. That's going to change your overall color. Again, it's up to the operator to do this.
That's the advantage of having video, where you can adjust the parameters in the capture device.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right, let's increase the saturation. This is just to show us ugly colors, okay? I wanted to show ugly colors to prove to you that, yes, it is in color. Here's an orangey one here, and you got more pixels building up. That's smoother up here because we still got some echo. Or in the memory, we still have some of the images that haven't cleared yet of when we first boot the camera. Oh, here goes our pixel right there that just appeared. Let's see if it's going to stay there for a while, because now it captured that at 17 seconds. It's going to continue
It'll take
stack.
5 refreshes to clear.
It'll take 17 seconds, and even that, it's still going to show slow, but it'll go dim in within 10 minutes at least. So
It'll disappear.
the stacking feature, I wouldn't use. I would not use that stacking feature. If you do, go easy on it. 1, 2, or 3. 1 is normal. 2 or 3, no more.
Yeah.
Unless if your tracking's impeccable, okay, let loose, crank her up and go. Now here's what we're gonna do. Let's go check what we're still on manual here, so we're good, all right? This is very, very important. And what I'm gonna do is unplug the camera. A couple of seconds. And let's plug her in. Well, that's your digital noise. That's your DSP causing that. And the signal hasn't arrived in the DSP yet, and things haven't settled yet, so it needs to. But that same line is there. That's your sync, and it's going to disappear after a while. There's the other one every 17 seconds.
Because you're still in 85-second mode?
Yep, I didn't touch anything. I just unplugged the camera, and let's plug it again.
And we
And
can check and see if all the
yes, we'll check after if it has
color
changed. We still got color, but it looks funny now. It might go black and white. And if it did, again, that's the RAM, the ROMs, those memories in there. Sometimes they hold it, sometimes they don't.
If they don't hold it, then they have to go back.
It's a computer. Every computer on the planet has glitches. No matter how perfect your system is, you're going to get glitches with software. It's the same issue here. There's a lot happening in that little camera, I tell you. A lot. But then again, it's designed to plug and leave it plugged forever. Because
you're pushing the camera to do something that it wasn't designed to do.
exactly it. No matter how you reprogram it, it does not matter. No matter how you're going to reflash the software in it to change things, it's not going to change its behavior. The chip itself and the DSPs and all of that are designed to do one thing. You set the camera and you forget about it for years because it's a security camera.
Right.
That's what it's made for.
The only time you touch it is if it breaks. Then you replace it.
Pretty well, or if it needs further adjustment for one reason to another. Let's wait, and we're going to get our image back.
And once it comes up, then we can go. Then I'll end up stopping the video. Hopefully, it'll all save. I'm at 42 minutes now.
Whoa! Okay, well, let's go look if it kept the, yeah, it did, you see?
Kept manual. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to save and exit and reboot it that way. There you go. And you're going to get your colors back no matter what. So can you get colors with a Micro EX, NTSC or PAL? Can you get colors with an 810 or 811 chip? Yes, you can. It's operator's error and it's operator's way and responsibility to learn how to control the camera. Leaving the camera that way gives you far, far more options to use that camera with your specific scope, specific focal reducer, and everything else. You just got to learn it. Sit down and learn it like anything else is a learning curve.
Okay. Well, I'm going to end this video.
So, thanks for watching.